hello everyone. My name is Cindy, and I'm going to be your moderator for today. This is Monica, Marcus, and Drew. Welcome to the Gray Zone podcast, aka the Yappers, taking place at Solano Community College, where we're going to be talking about a topic that's not so black and white. It's hookup culture, a topic that needs to be brought up into the light. We're going to go over our first segment, which is going to be covering the following. What is hookup culture, the history behind it, and why is it so popular today? We're going to start off with Marcus, and he's going to give us some definitions of hookup culture.
Okay, so based on our research and common knowledge, hookup culture is a trend in today's society where it is the act of having a casual sexual encounter with someone with no intentions to commit to a long-term relationship. So in other words, a one-night stand, for example. And you might wonder what types of encounters are included in these, and this would be physical touch, kissing, and sexual intercourse. And some other terms that are related to hooking up or slang, would be sneaky link, situationship, when I stand, like I said, and another term that's related to hookup culture is also body count. And I'm not talking about how many people you've killed, as that's the old traditional meaning. But nowadays it's referred to as how many people you've had intercourse with. So for example, if someone asks you how many bodies you have and you say you have like 3 bodies, that means you've had intercourse with 3 different people. Yeah.
Alrighty, those are some good definitions.
Yeah. Honestly, another one would probably be called smashing.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, totally.
Yeah. I actually think so with like YouTube, there's like a trend of like YouTube or TikTok videos, I'm not sure, but the smasher pass.
Oh God.
Yeah. Dude, go ahead.
Yeah, and there's also the trend where it's like a girl will go up to a guy and she'll be like, "Oh, you're trying to smash?" But it's like she hands him he's like, "Yeah." He hands him like the Smash Bros. Meme.
Oh yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
That's the setup.
Yeah, with the setup.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man.
I mean, how did it all start? It all started in the 1920s, the famous Roaring 20s, where the car became the new bedroom, and I guess the movie theater did as well. It was when it was more accepted to have sex before marriage. Well, at least more hiddenly, without your parents knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about accepted, but it's probably
Yeah.
way more concealed.
Accepted between them.
Yeah.
I think younger people getting the freedom to go out, new things going on.
Exactly, doing it outside, in the stables,
In the
kicking the horses out. Anywhere you can think of, it's possible.
Yeah. There's a way.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah. That's like a funny.
Yeah. More history, pushing into the 1960s.
Oh yeah, in 1960 we saw the rise of feminism. Political act, right? Political? What do you call it? Political?
A feminist movement.
Yeah. And with that, we also saw more hooking up in college campuses. And I think a statistic from the National Library of Medicine was about 50-60% of college students actually engaged in hookup culture. And of that percentage, about 52% men and 48% women were the ones indulging in it. So pretty equal in numbers.
Yeah.
So men and women partake in this.
Yeah.
Basically. No shame.
How's it happening?
I mean, you never know. Yeah. And
With college parties too, alcohol being involved,
Yeah.
smoking,
Oh yeah. In the dorms, parties,
all those things can make you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the dorms, people are moving away from the homes, probably even to a different state.
Yeah.
So that's just the prime time people are trying to explore their sexuality.
Yeah.
I think another thing that makes hookup culture popular is definitely traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go
definitely.
a different country,
Yeah.
it's okay, I'm meeting someone I'll probably never see again. I'm gonna take that risk. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. You guys ever heard the term of passport boys?
What?
No.
There's this term going around online of dudes going to different countries to hook up with girls because for some reason the beauty standard here is different from a different country.
Yeah.
like someone like me, I could probably be like a 6 or 7 here, but somewhere else, like in Mexico, I'd be like an 8 or a 9. And therefore, I could get like the prettiest girl, like, yeah, anyway.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Just a little tip if you're, hooking up with somebody, or if your boyfriend comes back with "What's up?"
Oh,
Cut
it's
him
on
off.
site.
Oh, what's
Cut him
up?
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little tip about hookup culture. They come back with a different app.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
no good. Please don't.
Yeah.
Save yourself some heartache.
So you know how we're talking about traveling, right?
Yeah.
So say like you're on the plane. Have you heard of Mile High Club?
I've heard of it.
Really?
What?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
It's like when you have like sex up in the air.
Like
The
Sex up in
bathroom.
the air.
In the bathroom, on the plane.
Or celebrities, they make it popular too because they're talking about they're on private jets, like
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I think Future got a song called Mile High Club.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Future has
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Future out this world.
I got the most bodies in the world.
Oh, literally, there's this account on Instagram called Hoodville that has millions of followers.
yeah.
Oh my god, I follow that.
Me too, I follow
And
that
it's
page.
straight hookup culture right there. It's just like, don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding the love of your life.
No, don't let your wife stop you from
Oh,
finding the love of your life.
okay, yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
That's
Think
bars
about
right
it.
there. That's
No,
I'm
that's
just kidding.
insane.
I'm kidding.
Or the line, stay toxic king. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I would say it's the same for kind of men and women. Just kind of wherever, like, you look for it, really, like, you'll find it. Like a lot of people, like, will, like, engage in, like, hooking up and, like, you guys got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
hear
saying.
Yeah.
But going back to celebrities, I feel like, you brought up the term entanglement.
Mhm.
And the whole, you guys know Jada, Will Smith.
Didn't make it.
Jada had an affair with her son's friend that was a rapper.
Wild.
Mhm.
Yes. And when they addressed it, she called it an entanglement. And the friend made a song called Entanglement talking about his affair with Jada Smith. So that's something that I feel like is like really popular and like has an influence on lots of young minds.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does.
Like
Yeah.
my favorite celebrities could start doing it. Like lots of rappers, Blueface, he'd be
Yeah.
flying girls out, just hooking up with them.
Yeah.
He got 2 baby mamas.
Yeah. Or who's that one dude that's with Cardi B? Who
Offset?
stayed cheating on
Offset.
Yes.
Stay
Offset.
taking them back.
Yeah.
Girl, do better.
Like there's proof in
know.
everything. And he tries to like play it off like his account got hacked or something.
Oh god.
Yeah. And then the way he brings her back is just like going on stage, bringing
I
like
know.
trying to get her back.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah,
video.
Yeah, and I mean, just like their display of their relationship like that really does impact people that are following them as like fans because they're like, oh, he can get away with it. Why can't I?
Yeah, like it's no
Yeah.
big deal just to be hooking up with people and still go back to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like I feel like that's like a huge influence. Even in the movies that we see, like talked about Bad Teacher,
Yeah.
and teachers start hooking up, and it's just like that's like a professional setting, and they're just hooking
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
it makes it seem like it's an okay thing, a
It's getting
normal
so
thing to
normalized,
do.
yeah.
Too
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, like the previous generation, our generation, and even Gen Z. Like you can definitely see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think even with like girls dressing older than their age, like has like something to do with it too.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Like, have you guys seen the videos? Like, it shows like 14-year-olds now. They have lashes.
Oh,
yeah.
And then it goes me as a 14-year-old. They're all like singing like Justin Bieber, big.
Yeah, they're all innocent.
Yeah. I feel like definitely that's true. I feel like kids nowadays with like the media and stuff, they over sexualize themselves.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it's sad to see, but it's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like it also has to do with like the parents too.
Mm.
Like I would see like these videos of like these moms like teaching their children how to twerk,
What?
and it's like some of the
What?
wildest things ever. Or like trying to teach them how to like do makeup the way that they do their makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the most like
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot more
It's
socially
yeah.
acceptable now. Like before,
Yes.
like I feel like it was kept a secret more, but now
Mhm.
it's like embrace it, like be who you are. Which I mean, of course, those are good things, but it's kind of sometimes like you cross the line when it's like, okay, where are we going? When is this like gonna stop?
yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's just gone like so mainstream and popular.
Like there's even kids listening to Sexy Red,
Yeah.
Oh,
which is
I mean,
insane.
Or sexy red going to high school.
Literally.
There's
Yeah, I don't.
TikTok too. too.
I don't think
Yeah.
we should even mention like some of her lyrics. Wow.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
they're
Too
wild.
explicit.
They are really explicit.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
are, especially for kids and teenagers.
Yeah.
Their brain isn't fully developed and they
Yeah.
consume all this from just lyrics. And so
Yeah.
they're like, okay, this is a cool thing going on now. Let me partake in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
She makes it so catchy too, though.
She does.
She does.
It be,
Pretty
catchy.
It be hitting. for
Which makes
sure.
you want to do it.
Yeah. I feel like social media will really make it popular, like things like Snapchat, dating apps too.
Oh, yeah.
Tinder,
yeah.
will literally
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like hook up.
You know, I just thought about it too. I was on Netflix and I saw a documentary about Ashley Madison. Ashley Madison was like a old website that got hacked and like a bunch of like data lists got released. It was a popular website for people, specifically married people, to find partners to hook up with. And so yeah, it got hacked a few years ago, and so like a bunch of married couples like got in trouble, like people got divorced and everything. It was a big deal.
Because their spouse was cheating on them?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an app that encourages like sneaky links, but like for married people specifically.
Oh,
That's so sad.
That's
Yeah.
so wrong. I've heard of
Yeah.
swingers, but
Yeah, no, swingers consensual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's oh my gosh, that's so
Yeah.
sad. That is really
That's
sad.
upsetting.
It's an evil world.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
So basically, it's an app for married people to have sex on the
Mhm.
low.
Yes.
That is
It's
crazy.
crazy. Wow.
That's our world today.
Yeah.
Which leads to, I feel like, another thing of what is our world? Porn.
Oh.
That is, I feel like, super like highly popular and something that heavily influences hookup culture as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it's just so popular that guys, like, they see something on it and, like, they want to do it. And maybe they feel shy asking their partner because it's, like, something like,
Mhm.
wow. So it's like, why not find a random girl to do it, fulfill my wish real quick, and then just jump back in.
Yeah. And I feel like it's being exposed to like, you know, underage people very early on.
sure.
Yeah.
Like even like around puberty time is like when people start, you know, there's not many parental like locks on the internet. There's only so much you could block, but
Yeah.
people like that are going through puberty, they could explore the internet and find things that are pornographic, and then that just leads to like a really unhealthy addiction that just kind of snowball into that adulthood, which would lead to like nymphomaniacs,
What is a nymphomaniac?
a person addicted to sex.
Oh,
so
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and that
Pervert, I mean,
could
I guess, yeah.
increase the number of people indulging in hookup
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could really slow down your brain development because
Yeah.
watching porn can be so overwhelming.
Shows your
Yeah. Definitely, like just insert a dopamine right there at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Exactly. Would you guys consider watching porn cheating?
Well, I mean, in my own experience, no, because it was consensual and we weren't like physically in the act of trying to pursue someone else. But I can understand why people wouldn't want their partners looking at a different person's body and you know being erect from that.
Like there's no need to.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, it's 100% cheating for sure, unless
Yeah.
like both parties are informed that like they are watching it. But if not, I am so sorry. I just feel like
Yeah.
Yes
That's
and
fair.
no. It just creates an unrealistic expectation for your future partners that is just so unrealistic.
No, I completely agree with that too. Like people are mutilating their bodies to fit to that pornographic standard, you know, like BBLs or lipo, things like that.
whoa.
No, never mind.
Getting
No.
a little off topic, guys.
You're
BBLs.
right, you're-
What do you mean?
No, okay.
I meant like by, I guess.
Breast implants.
You're hating on breast implants?
I'm
and
not
BBLs?
hating on them. I'm not hating on them at all. I'm just saying, like, we're made in the image of God, all right? Everybody's beautiful in their own way. You
Of
don't need this flesh to be beautiful and
No,
attractive.
yeah.
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 If you want to do that, all power to you. I'm not going to judge you for doing it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want someone doing it under the reason that they had to reach this beauty standard.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me against the world.
I mean, I guess.
Man.
I don't know. With that, if I take it, I don't know. I feel like girls who give BBLs, I'm like, girl, yes, you did that. Like, your butt looks amazing. I don't know. I'm on that wave. I'm like, okay.
No,
go
that's
out, girl.
fair. But
Yeah.
who decides what's amazing and what's not?
The person.
Society.
I feel like it's society.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, society. But
Yeah. There's just expectations of beauty standards that you want to meet.
Mhm.
rappers talk about it too in their songs.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, they do.
But then again, everybody's beauty standard is different. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. You're so pretty.
Yeah.
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 Anything else we can say about porn?
Going back to earlier, you know how we were talking about like hookups again, or earlier?
Yeah.
So, have you seen those videos on social media where like a person would like interview a couple, and like I think they would ask like how long you've been married for, and like are you guys loyal? And then they're like switch phones.
Oh man.
Have you seen those?
Not
That'd
the
be
switch
breaking up
phones.
relationships.
That's so sad,
It's
dude.
crazy.
Or they tell them I'm pregnant. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you're like, call Carmen that you're pregnant. And they're like,
Oh,
"Nah,
yeah.
I'm not the guy. I'm not.
Yeah. Now I've seen one too where like, yeah, he says to switch phones, but before they switch phones, the lady like deletes a convo in her Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
Like
Sad.
before.
Yeah, I
That
see those
is
all the time.
sad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So upsetting. Alrighty. We are finished with our first segment. We covered what is hookup culture, which is an entanglement, sneaky link situationship, the history behind it, the famous Roaring 20s, and why is it so popular today? Music, media, porn, and yeah, we're gonna be going into our second segment, effects on hookup culture, after this little break.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Alrighty, and we're back. We're gonna get started with what are the effects on hookup culture. And we're gonna go to Marcus, and he's gonna give us some positive and negative effects.
Okay, so with the effects of hookup culture, well, most of them are like not positive. They're all like, bad effects because, you only get like a small feeling of satisfaction. But I think that the only, or one and only positive effect from hookup culture is, sexual empowerment. And, this will allow individuals after a hookup to, explore their sexuality and what they desire. Like a hookup will, have them learn about more, or will have them learn more about themselves and about what they want and what they like. So that's the only positive. And then the next one, which is a negative, and the rest will be negatives, is, this can lead to emotional impact, which is the biggest mental effect, because a lot of hookups may, affect people in a way where it'll lead to feelings of regret, embarrassment, loneliness, things of that sort, low self-esteem. So that's a negative effect. And then another important one, or I think it's the most important, is health considerations, which is the biggest, physical effect. And hookups, can lead to the spread of sexual diseases, pregnancy scares, unplanned pregnancies, and, even abortion.
All some scary stuff.
Yeah.
STDs for sure. Like, some of the curable ones are chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis. Those are all curable. Like, they will go away. But then you also have some HIV, AIDS. Those are treatable, but you're stuck with that for life.
Yeah.
Herpes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herpes, you're stuck with for life.
Yeah,
too, yeah.
When someone says they have a cold sore, they have herpes.
And it's
What?
like, you don't always get herpes from sex though.
Oh.
There's-
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
There's different kinds of herpes.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are the different kinds of herpes?
That's a great question for our next podcast. because I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like herpes, like it can be like on your mouth, like your face, or
Oh,
there's
yeah.
genital herpes,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is down
or
there,
crabs.
and like that's how it could be spread.
Yeah.
Which we would have had a spectacular demonstration for everybody, but my job, I messed up. I didn't bring the condoms, guys, but
It's
we all
okay.
did want to demonstrate
We do make believe.
how to practice safe sex. Yes.
Pretend we have a condom right here, pinched in our fingers, because you want to have it pinched because you want a reservoir for when you ejaculate. So what you would do is put the condom on the tip of the penis as like a sombrero, not a beanie, because you want it to be able to roll down. So once you put it on, you'll grab it right here. Grab it by the rubber, you'll start pulling it down. You might have to, stroke it a little to get it down there. But then once you got it like that, you're still pinching the tip, let go. There should be a little flap of rubber right there left for when you ejaculate, because if there's no room and you ejaculate, it's going at like Mach speed, so it could potentially burst through the rubber, and that could lead to a pregnancy.
Yeah. This is a big pause moment, by the way.
Yeah, you definitely want to have that little
Yeah.
Yeah.
like ladies, get your practice in. Some guys, they don't know how to put a condom on.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
If you're gonna participate in hookup culture, at least know how to put on a condom.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people
It's the first
don't,
thing.
Yeah.
they're really
Yeah.
uneducated about it. So don't feel shy to teach them. If a guy asks you to put it on with your mouth, don't do that.
What?
You can
Wait,
still get
what?
something. You guys never heard of that?
You could accidentally tear it with your teeth, but yeah, you're not supposed to do it. You're
Is
right.
it-
Yeah, you don't want to put it down with it, because then what if there's some pre-cum, something comes out and you touch it, and then you don't want to get infected.
Yeah.
No,
What if it breaks?
I mean, that's a potential.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a possibility for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay safe, guys.
Yes.
You guys recommend any brands?
Brands? I like the Trojan. brand.
Trojan?
Yeah,
Magnum.
Magnum.
because dang. Because they got this one called bear skin or something like that. So you not like a bear's skin, but bear as a naked. It's the thinnest of rubber there, so you get the most sensation.
Mhm.
Which it's probably the biggest problem why guys don't actually like condoms, is because it kind of takes away some of the sensitivity
Yeah.
from intercourse.
Mhm.
But it's still not an excuse to not use a condom.
Yeah.
Even with oral sex,
Hmm.
definitely always have a condom for the ladies or males, either one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? There's flavored condoms, so you don't feel like tasting rubber. You can have a little flavor to it.
Yeah.
Safe sex is really what's important. Preventing
Yeah.
STDs and unplanned pregnancies. That is a huge effect of hookup culture. That leads to more of a contribution to a fatherless society.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't know their dads because they didn't want to have a baby, and that's kind of what happens when you're just hooking up with a bunch of girls. You're not having safe sex, or even if you do, there's just that possibility, and you're not committed to this person. And it's just some people just don't want to stay there.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that being raised without a father, it kind of it's like an endless cycle, because
Yeah.
these daughters being raised without a father, they don't know they're not taught what a proper gentleman is. So they try to find comfort in any kind of guy they can find, and that just leads to another possibly another unplanned pregnancy.
Or for sons that don't have a dad, they don't know how to be a dad.
Yeah.
And my dad, he does prison ministry, and a lot of them, they hate their dads, and then they have children, and then it's just a cycle. Their children don't know their dads because they're and then when he's talking to them about stories, some of them have been married or relationship, but a lot of them also have been, they hooked up with the girl, and she got pregnant, and they don't really want to be in their lives and stuff like that. So it's just a huge thing. And I have family members and friends too, that they were hooking up with a guy, they got pregnant, and now they're a single mom. So it's just those are things, that's reality, and we just really need to be aware of that, and think about those things before we indulge in things that have a temporary satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even abortions too.
Yeah, hookup culture, like so it's kind of what is it? A double-edged sword. Like either you get pregnant, you keep the baby, that's that whole thing, or you get an abortion, and that takes a mental toll on you, and physical.
Yeah.
Abortions can be
Yeah.
brutal.
Mhm.
Women go through a lot, Yeah.
Yeah.
They do, and it's so sad to see that just what because of a little adrenaline rush that maybe you're under the influence or you're traveling and you want to have fun, and then you end up pregnant, and then you have to go through all these consequences.
Yeah. Another thing that we haven't touched on necessarily is that familial influence. Like, I have relatives. One of them, these two sisters. One of them, they got pregnant at the age of 16, and shortly after, raising a daughter without a father, and then shortly after, her older sister, who's also a minor, ends up getting pregnant too with the same situation without a father to raise a child. So these familial influences are real too, for sure.
Yeah, I would say, like, for me, I'm a single mom, but me and my ex, we were together. We wanted to have a family, but I think so. I feel like hookup culture influences relationships a lot because there's a lot of cheating. Like for him, like I've been cheated on like over 10 times. I try to make it work, but it's just like it's so accessible. Like oh my goodness, there's been so many ways. I found out Snapchat, Instagram.
Man.
What's up? What's
God,
up?
not
I was
what's
talking
up.
personal
Too.
experience. Like, yeah, like it was just a lot of different ways, and it's just some of the girls knew, some of them didn't, and it was a lot easier. Obviously, it's not playing hookup culture, but it makes it really kind of hard because it's just so easy for someone to slip up because they're just right there, type of thing. And we just make it as society, we make it so acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, become really normalized at this point in age.
You guys think it creates like trust issues too?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely, it does.
Like I said this before. Going into my first relationship, I did get cheated on multiple times too. And after that, I wasn't able to view the next two relationships the same. Whenever I was experiencing like some normal behavior, like my partner gonna go hang out with their friends, that would usually mean nothing to me. Like, okay, they're gonna go hang out with their friends. But after that first relationship, I like was always like worried, constantly worried, like wondering if they were gonna like go cheat on me because of what I had experienced before.
I think like another negative effect of it is like it's harder like when you like going into a relationship, like it makes it harder for your future relationships.
Yeah.
Like talking like just hooking up with a bunch of people, it kind of desensitizes you. Yeah, like
Attachment.
you're just and it's kind of hard to form emotional attachments because it's just you're so used to having sex like with a lot of people, or maybe it'll just like go for a little bit of time, and then it's like you think you can just keep going into that. Negative effects. I think personally, well, I mean, like I think like alcohol and drugs too. Like being under the influence is a huge part of hookup culture because a lot of people are kind of under the influence when they do it because you're not going to make the same decisions when you're sober. I feel like that's a negative effect because you're just like, you're not really thinking clearly.
Yeah, I mean, it could potentially be harmful too because when you're under the influence and you're not thinking straight, you might not even want to use protection. You might not want to
you might
put
just,
rubber on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
just get straight into it.
Yeah.
And then what does that? You brought up like loneliness, embarrassment, low self-esteem.
Yeah. Raising that body count, and then like potential of like slut shaming too.
Yeah, that is so real. Like I've been slut shamed by my own family. Like I don't got double digits, but it's still like numbers up there. So that's like based on like my family's views and stuff of like women having like a high body count. It's like your future partner will never look at you the same. Like you won't find a good man. Like it's just like there's like few exceptions to the rule. So I feel like that like brought down like what I thought of myself because like what was like my dad and my brother, like they're like my role model, like the people like I'm closest to. So it's kind of like hearing that kind of like really brings you down. And sometimes it's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna just go drink and do my thing again. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like hurtful.
Yeah, of course.
You know, feelings of like shame and stuff. There's just like a lot of negatives.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not against people sleeping around at all, but I do feel like, you know, I also follow that body count mentality too. Like with my first ex cheating on me, going into relationships, if my partners had like a certain amount of body count, I would not be able to look at them the same. I wouldn't. Unfortunately, like before, past me, I wasn't a jealous person, but after that experience, I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure about hookup culture. But like now, I'm at a point where, as an adult, you know, I have my own fair share of experience. I would not mind dating someone who had like a body count of less than 8, maybe. That's a fair number, I think.
I feel like I've heard on social media, like TikTok and stuff, like when women post their body counts and stuff, it's like 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm like,
That's crazy.
girl,
That's unhealthy.
Oh
Super
yeah.
unhealthy.
I mean, it also like depends location wise too, like where you're at. Like sometimes in it just depends on where you're at, like what the culture's like, what's acceptable or not.
And upbringing too, like it's all really important. Yeah. And I mean, so like with the upbringing part, that's like kind of the main thing I think about when I think about body count, because who you were before doesn't define who you are now. But you do still carry around some, if not all, the principles you had growing up. And if a person is willing to get to that body count number, I feel like maybe they might be lacking in self-respect or something along those lines.
Definitely. And it's just, those are things you want to think about, like now, like make the decision now, you know, to value yourself, respect yourself, and, you know, have a clear mind. Like if you are going to be sleeping around, like make sure like you don't regret it afterwards. Like you're not like bringing yourself down, tearing yourself apart because of it. Like,
well, I mean, with me, that was different, you know. I was trying to use it for an escape, but ultimately...
No, that's what I'm saying. People use it as an escape, and it's like, at what cost? Like, you know?
Everything.
Like, some people, they really do go against what you believe. Like, I was raised as a Christian, and no sex before marriage. And look at me. Like,
sex before marriage.
yeah. Dude, I got freaking 2 bastards. Like, my kids are born out of marriage. They're bastards, technically. Like, it's just like, that's something I have to carry with me, and I know, like, making the decision now, abstaining, you know.
But the important part about it though is that you grew from it and you learned from it.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only problem that I have with people with a high body count are the ones that don't learn from it, and they're still like in that previous mindset of just sleeping around just for whatever reason it may be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people also, like, they're not healed properly because of something that happened to them, and they, you know, keep going through the same cycle.
Just keep coping.
So it's just like you just really got to self-analyze and think about like all these negative effects that, you know, we talked about. Like, just think about before you make the decision to hook up with someone.
Yeah. I believe you have to be in the right mindset to decide if you want to participate in hookup culture or not.
For sure.
Or else it can really bring down your healing process.
Yeah. I think that's the most important part, but like what would be the right mindset be?
I would say that you're not doing it maybe to get back at someone, to get back at your ex, that maybe they cheated on you and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna go have my fun. That's not the right mindset.
Yeah. Is that what I did? I don't know.
Is it?
I don't think so, but maybe.
I think like being in like a place of contentness, that's the word?
Of content?
No,
or wait,
not
what?
content. Like
content?
being content.
Content,
Yeah, with yourself. You're not like, I also feel like being sober is a huge part of it. Being sober, and like if you find the person attractive, they're not like, this hookup isn't gonna affect any other aspect of your life. Like your job, your family, your friends. Like it's not gonna bring no negative aspect to it because you're hooking up with this person. And then I feel like, I guess I can kind of see that. And for what you said about sexual empowerment for the positive, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you can find that in like a partnership, because then you can like explore things too.
That's true.
But like with someone that's committed to you and loves you and cares about you.
Yeah.
That way you
That's
won't
true.
regret it after.
Mm.
I mean, sometimes you
Well,
still regret
I
it.
guess.
Like,
Love is a
if you
funny
would
thing.
chance.
Yeah.
like-
What is love?
That's a whole other
Oh,
podcast.
man, I don't think we're equipped to answer that question.
Complicated.
What do you think love is, Marcus?
Yeah, what is love?
Can't even explain it. Can't define it.
I believe love is when you are healed, the other person is healed. You guys know what you're doing. They're just a plus in your life. You both bring a special light into your guys' lives. They're not subtracting and they're not adding. They're just adding a plus. That's what I believe love is.
That's cute.
I think love is time, dedication, loyalty, like being faithful, serving, patient. Like, what are all the fruits of the Bible? It talks about love. That is like my definition. Like the qualities like I look for now. I feel like hookups, like they do not have that. Like,
Yeah, that's not written in there.
yeah, love. Like, get out the car. There's the door.
Literally.
I think love is all that, but when it matters most is when you and your partner are in a conflict and still able to care for them and be thoughtful for them and
Respect
patient with them.
them.
Yeah,
You're not gonna be hearing beep 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 beep.
yeah.
Yeah, you get angry.
Like, even if you are mad at them, you'll still cook for them or you'll still do any like acts of love.
Exactly.
There won't be no name calling, no slut shaming.
No hooking up.
No hooking up with
Yeah.
someone else.
So,
It's just you guys will talk about it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No. That's what love. What about you, Marcus? You haven't said what love is.
I mean, it's hard for me to come up with a definition, but I like what Drew said though. Well, I always think just caring for them and having loyalty.
Yeah, that's beautiful, you guys.
I think we're solid of like all the negative effects for hookup culture. Like, stay
Yeah.
away. Stay away from the
Yeah.
Alrighty, and that's all what we have for our second segment. We learned about the effects of hookup culture. The only positive one is that I guess it makes you more attractive, or it's a little adrenaline rush, but like every adrenaline rush, it comes down and you face the emotional effects, mental health, and lower self-esteem, the physical effects, STDs, pregnancy, abortion. Now, think, do you really want that in your life? I don't know. I don't think so. Alrighty, we're gonna be right back with our final segment where we're gonna be talking about our own personal views. Alrighty, and we're back and we're gonna dive deep into our third and final segment, which is gonna be our own personal views. And Marcus and I are gonna ask Monica and Drew some questions, and they're gonna ask us some questions. Alrighty, would you like to get us started?
Sure. Okay, so Monica, for the first question, what led you to partake in hookup culture?
Let's take it back to 2020. So I was going through a really rough time. My first serious boyfriend was like at 18, and I was like really sheltered growing up. Grew up in a Christian family. I'm still a Christian. But I was just going through a rough time. And then once that ended, and he was like 10 years older than me, so that's not a good. Once that we broke up, it was just so hard because he was like my first. So we broke up, and then it was literally in the span of a few months, not gonna lie. that I just started hooking up with a bunch of different people. Some of them are friends that I've known since like a child, and then others, you know, met them through social media. But almost every time I was either drunk, faded, or high. Like, barely was I like sober. And a lot of them happened like special events, Super Bowl, somebody's birthday, like something. So I was just going through a hard time. I had like really low self-esteem, going over through the breakup, and it was just like, yeah, like trying to wait for marriage, didn't work out. So I'm just, you know, go.
How about for you, Drew?
For me, I think it might have been 2020 also.
Oh, God.
Something was in the air. I was still in my relationship, but this chick, I don't know, we were like going on and off, and it was pissing me off. And tell me why. I have no idea, but maybe you ladies could describe this phenomenon for me. Tell me why when I get into a relationship, that's when a bunch of girls start hitting me up.
Oh my god! Every time, bro.
Bro, I never felt so attractive. What?
No, because it's like those are weirdo girls. They're weirdo girls. Like, I can't. I just have to go so back because yeah, that happened with my ex. Like, nobody was in his DMs before. It was dry. It was so dry. As soon as you get with me or posting me, now the heart emojis. Oh, you look so cute. Oh, you should get this haircut. Oh, no. Girl, don't you have your own man? Like, bro, stop worrying about mine.
Like, I'm posting pictures of us, and I'm getting hit up by these chicks like, damn, dude, you look good. Or, what's up? When you trying to hang out? And I'm like, what?
Oh my god.
And I was like, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, but once my girl, she did like start being like shady with me and like taking it, like putting us on and off. I was mad. So when we were off, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use it as an escape. I'm just gonna go hang out with one of these chicks anyway. Cause I mean, she's probably doing it anyway because we're not together or whatever. It's BS. But yeah, I think that's when I first started getting into it. But then afterwards, you know, I'd be like, man, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted one partner that I would, you know, have sex with, and that's it. But now I got multiple bodies, and yeah, it's not what I wanted. But like I said before, I used it as an escape.
Going back to you. Oh, you had something to say?
Yes, to ask you and Cindy on the flip side now, like after hearing a little bit of what caused us to, would you guys like partake in hookup culture? In
debauchery?
Well, I mean, never had experience with it, but personally, I wouldn't, because like going back to what we said, I feel like if you engage in so many hookups, like you're just unable to form deep emotional connections with like your future partners.
Yeah.
And it just ruins like takes a big toll on your mental health.
Yeah, and for me, I also don't think, well, I know that I would not participate in hookup culture because as what we were talking about before in our second segment, the emotional effects are insane.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm afraid to fall into a depression or hate myself or even like feel dirty about myself. Like, what if I actually want to get into a serious relationship and then I just have this view of myself that I'm disgusting? I wouldn't like that. And also, you never really know the person that you're hooking up with. So what if they have an STD? What if they say they're all clean and it's the opposite and you just have to be stuck with all that for life? What if they get me pregnant and I have no way out? Yeah. I think about that, and at the end of the day, it's a no for me.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a lover boy, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to find my one, dude.
I need the love of my life to come.
Yeah, I also don't think, like for me, I can't really, you know, look up with someone with like a high body count either. I'd say like, for me, I mean, I don't know what the standard is, but I feel like 3 is already enough for me. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 strikes and you're done, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, I don't know, I feel like anything more than like 4 or 5 is too much already. I mean, I think it depends on the person. But.
No, I mean, I agree, but I'd be a hypocrite if I you know, went with those rules. Yeah. Because I got 3. It's like, okay, well.
That's your body count?
Yeah.
3? That's not even bad.
You had, so when you broke up, so you had your girlfriend, so when you would do that, you did it twice? Like when you guys were on the break?
Well,
Okay.
one time was on the break, and another time was after the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
But after that, I was like, no, it's not for me.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe later down the line, I would again, but it's not something I'm like seeking anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going back to you guys, like, if you had any, did you guys have any favorite hookups or a least favorite hookup?
Yes. Kind of going back to what you said, like, you know, well, I mean, it's not the same thing. So my least favorite would have to be, we're like childhood friends, but so,
That already sounds rough.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he kind of told me, I was faded when I went to see him. He pulled up, and then, like, it was random. We hadn't talked to each other in years, but then it was just like, okay, like, let me just hit him up. And then he pulled up, and then he told me, he hit me with the, oh, because we both didn't have a condom. And he hit me with the, oh, I can't have kids, because da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, I even went to go to the doctor, this and that. And then come to find out, sorry, recently, we started talking just as friends, though. That was back in 2020. He told me, oh, yeah, talking about, like, that he wants to have kids. And I was like, you told me before, like, we didn't use a condom because you were like, oh, I can't have kids. And then I was like, to find out, like, a couple years later, you're over here telling me you could have kids, so I could have possibly gotten pregnant, is crazy. And we knew each other, we've known each other since we were like 12. So that was kind of like a huge ache, and that was kind of like, thank you, Jesus, I did not get pregnant. But it's like, and that's a friend too, that, you know, we like hooked up and you're gonna over here like lie to me. That was foul.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a crime, dude.
No.
Yeah.
That's,
I feel like that's illegal.
It's just like, why would you tell me that? Like, bro. Oh, and then also least, like, he was like the least too, because it just felt like, even like physically, like, it was not.
wild.
It was not worth it. It was not worth the body count going up, for sure.
Yeah.
So it was a lose-lose situation.
Mm.
And then favorite, I would have to say, I'm not gonna lie, the last hookup, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say what. He was just really nice, like, sweetest guy I ever talked to. And the only reason it didn't work out was because he wasn't a Christian, and that's something I want to bring into the next relationship. And so on our whole duration, we hadn't hooked up of talking, like 3 months. But then, of course, I got drunk again, and then I hit him up. And then that's when we hooked up. So it's kind of like, but I mean, that was my favorite because he was just so sweet, so nice. I have nothing bad to say about him. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Go off.
Better experiences than me.
Freaking green eyes too. Like, okay, you can look at me.
Those days would have been cute.
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm happy to be right now. Don't play with me.
Okay, so how about you, Drew?
For me, oh man, I'm about to out myself here.
Oh God.
For my least favorite one, it was this chick who I was cool with her, but I didn't even like I said before to you guys, like I was like careful when hooking up because I was worried I would develop feelings too. So with this chick, I didn't find her like that attractive. I mean, like she was cute, but I didn't just, you know, I didn't find her that attractive.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but this is my worst experience, by the way. So like we've done it a few times, but like each time, bro, I wanted to dip, and she just like wanted to tell me like her whole life, and I did not want to hear it.
She wanted to cuddle.
Yes, and I felt so bad, so I wanted to dip, and I was like, you know what? I'll just hear her out.
You're like, they're there.
Yeah. And then for my best one, I'm gonna have to censor some of it because it's going online, but I'll just say that she was a friend. And like, you know, she was hella bad. There were some things that were like, I don't know, I don't want to help myself. It was my friend's sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And like, she was the one that I went to the beach with like at night. And with her, like we would just like go on drives like super late in the night, like 2 in the morning. And like I think like she was like the most fun one I had.
Well, what stopped you from forming a relationship with her?
She's my friend's sister,
Oh.
and my friend did not know.
Oh, it'd be like
Even to this
that.
day?
Huh?
Even to this day?
Yes.
No.
No. They don't know.
Well, next question would probably be, I feel like you guys did kind of answer it. Well, you said your top, like, max is 3, but Sydney,
Yeah.
like, how would you feel if, like, your future partner had, like, multiple bodies? Like, would you still be with them?
I would say it depends definitely. Let's say they participated in hookup culture, but now I guess they've changed, even though it sounds cliche that people don't change. But if they actually did change and they're not hooking up with every single person they meet, then yeah, I feel like I would. There's no shame in your past, you know? I'm not gonna define you for what you did before. I'm gonna define you of who you are now.
And we did kind of address this too, but like besides like the reasons like in our negative effects, like why is it important to you guys to just not hook up with anybody?
Well, I mean, I think we did go over it, but you know.
Like, is there any other reasons though? Like,
Wait, we covered like diseases, right?
yeah,
So-
we covered diseases.
I would say religion.
Yeah.
Also-
Morals.
For me, I'm a Catholic, and I don't think I would just feel so guilty in
Yeah.
me. I would feel like I would have to repent a lot for forgiveness, and I don't want to go through that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm Christian, so I'm
Yeah.
not through that. I'm just like, God,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's a very crappy process for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like me just kind of like getting over myself of doing that. 'Cause I did feel regret for
Yeah.
both of them. Like my favorite one, especially, I felt really guilty for that because my friend's sister.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I just spent a lot of like time trying to like not regret it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Catholic too, and I just think it's like morally wrong. Like for
Yeah.
myself, obviously not for everybody, but yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Alrighty, in the moment we've all been waiting for, we're gonna bring out some special guests that they're gonna tell us how they were in bed.
Oh, man.
Just
We're
kidding.
just like, guys,
Just kidding.
I would
We're
right
not
out that
gonna do
door so
that.
fast, bro.
No, half of them blocked me, so you
Oh,
don't have to
well.
worry about that.
Damn. Maybe for the next one. Maybe for the next one, guys. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Oh man.
Alrighty. For our next question, well, do you guys feel like your mental health and physical health is better because you haven't hooked up in a while now?
Yeah, I would say so. Cause like when I was hooking up, I feel like I was starting to slip into like the mindset of like objectifying these women I was hooking up with, and I felt really bad about that. So once I like started doing it, and you know just like stayed what's the word, abstinence.
Yeah.
I've been a lot. My perception has like molded back into something healthier. That being of love and sex.
Okay. Yeah, for me, my mental health has gotten like so much better. Because I'm not feeling like that down about myself. Like right now I'm like a month and a half sober. I mean before I wasn't like drinking like that heavily, just like for special occasions. But even like cutting that out, like not feeling hungover the next day, not making like wanting to text people because I'm really drunk, like that's really helped. And I feel like I've forgiven myself and like asked God for forgiveness like for my past, what I've done, and like I've accepted that. And I feel like I want a future with someone seriously, so I've been like really working on it. And then physically too, yeah, without just like I have like time to work on myself. I started going to the gym. Like I've reached double digits
Okay.
in the amount of times I've gone this year.
Okay.
Games.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah, and physically it's been great. Like I know like my last relationship affected me a lot. I lost like 20 pounds, but I've gained like 3 pounds. So I'm super happy about that. I'm trying to get back to my
Nice.
previous weight.
Strange.
So I feel like really focusing on myself and not like hooking up with other people, like just doing stuff I wouldn't in the right mind, like it just really helped me a lot.
It's so great to hear. I'm so proud of you.
What about you guys? Do you guys think your mental, physical health is better because you haven't said that?
Yeah, I feel like it would get worse if I were to engage in it. I just want to be on the, the right track in life and not let that, knock me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say my mental health is pretty good right now. I feel like if I were to participate in hookup culture, it would definitely make me feel, as I previously stated, disgusted of my own self. Or make me hate myself, I guess, why did I do this, for what? It's just hooking up with someone, little pleasures is a long time consequence after.
Yeah.
It could be,
A
yeah.
whole lot of pain.
I just don't think it's
Yeah.
worth it, really.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either. But at the same time, I understand people who do it because they kind of experiment, It could
Yeah.
also be experiment what you like and you don't like
Yeah.
Yeah.
as a positive
Yeah, as long as
take.
positively listed.
Yeah, it's just all in the mindset you have going into it. If
Yeah.
you're doing it for an escape like me, no, it's not good.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it with just curiosity of what you may or may not like, it could be, it could even be a tool, really,
Yeah.
to help you, help you get better at sex, help you find what you do or don't like.
Yeah.
Tools to get better at sex? Oh no, guys. No,
What you mean by
absolutely
that?
not. Would you like me to expand on that?
Yeah, would you please?
Yes. So personal experience with my ex, I would think he got better after 10 plus that I knew of personally that he cheated on. No. The last time we hooked up too, it's this is why I stopped coming back to you. No. I would think he would get better. But let me just debunk that right now. You will not get better at sex because of hookup culture.
Yeah.
Just say that right
Has
now.
nothing to do with that, I guess.
Just practice with the
Bizarre.
partner you love. Practice.
No.
You guys can go rounds in a day.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can be in a relationship, practice what you like, you don't like, even your communication skills.
I think I got better at it.
I mean,
if you say so.
Yeah, I can't prove it to you, but yeah,
I feel like different partners though do make a difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So there's an ache. Others they do know what they're doing.
I don't know. I think that guy just wasn't trying to learn.
He's a little on the. Yeah, obviously that man.
Oh my.
Yeah. He's not a learner. He's not.
Good? You good? Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gray Zone podcast, aka the Yappers. I hope you guys learned a lot. We covered some definitions, why it's so popular. We covered the effects, and we covered our own personal views, and we even had special guests. Just kidding, no, we didn't. We will next time. So I hope I see you guys soon. Bye.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
on-the-job training is huge.
You get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.